Big move in Bitcoin then, in contrast to all the notes I wrote pre-show, which were telling me that this was going to put Bitcoin under pressure.
The narrative that perhaps this launch of these political meme coins will sap flows from Bitcoin is showing us that it's really not the case this morning. If anything, it's just accelerated the momentum and the excitement around cryptocurrency under another Trump administration.
Hi, 𝗖𝗿𝘆𝗽. What is all this FOMO about? Should I buy Bitcoin now?
Are you smoking your socks? You should rather watch my show. You should rather watch my show.
Yes. What is up, legends? Let me put my background music on here. Hope you're all having a fantastic morning, afternoon, evening from wherever you are, from all over the world. Legends, let's do some technical analysis. Are the bulls back in town? You'll see today's thumbnail, I put that little bull there with his suitcase and the Bitcoin on the back. Can we expect some more upwards momentum? Is there a little bit of bullishness in the air? Let's go, Dewald Manzar. Yes, let's go, right? Music is a legend. Should I buy Bitcoin now? Well, maybe you should watch my show. Right, you are back. Legends, Stefan1, Dewald the legend. Thank you so much. Yes, smoke those socks, legends. Good morning from Florida, MT. Dewald Koens sends his regards. Just subscribed to him this morning. Thank you for what you do. An absolute pleasure. Right, legends, I will go in a moment through a little bit of more comments. Ooh, yesterday, what an interesting move yesterday. And we're actually getting the consolidation at the box that we've identified last night. Okay, price action is just taking its time to play out over here. And right, legends, I'm going to start off from a simplicity perspective, from a trend line perspective, and we can work our way down to some Fibonacci's, trend-based extensions. We can have a look at some Elliott wave theory, and we can discuss the high probable scenarios. What can we expect here from the price of Bitcoin? Are the bulls, or is the bull really back? Or are we going to just collapse here to the downside and we're going to have to just scoop up at lower levels? I see some of the altcoins are showing some glimmer of hope. Some of them are breaking my trends. I've had like 10 alarms go off on me last night while I was sleeping, and this morning some of them are breaking some minor trend lines to the upside. I took a couple of scalps already on say last night 1 o'clock in the morning, or this morning 1 o'clock in the morning. I actually took a trade on say. Small little scalp trade, and I already took profits because that's what I do. That is what I do. I take profits. If you want to pump Dewald's heart with chocolates, just touch the like button. Yes, my heart pumps chocolates when people hit the like button. And yesterday we actually broke a record here on the live stream. Not for the first time. It happened, I think it's happened 3 times already. Yesterday was the 3rd time where the likes surpassed the amount of people watching the live stream. So for me, if it's a match or it's a pass, I mean, that is absolutely fantastic. Much love to all of you. I appreciate it. Right, legends, let's go. All we need is Andy's live stream this morning for the trifecta. Right, legends, let's dive into the price of Bitcoin over here. Let's do some technical analysis. I have weeks pinned here in the comments on top. Can you guys see weeks pinned there in the comments? Okay, the weeks link is pinned here for you in the comments, so that if you don't know how to use the description, okay, down in the video, there's my favorite exchange that I use at the moment to do most of my trading, where you get 50% discount on your trading fees. You get up to $20,000 sign up bonus. All you need is an email and a password, and you can start trading in minutes. Right, legends, let me take the comments here out the way. Let's do some serious stuff. Let's get the party on the road. No financial advice, crypto big brains, mods. I always appreciate you guys being here inside of the live stream, supporting me and, you know, moderating the comments. Okay, really appreciate that. I do that sometimes for Andy as well. I don't know. I used to be a mod for Andy's channel for a very long time, and I really just enjoy it, you know, reading through the comments, deleting the scammers. Hey, people, you need to behave, whatever the case might be. I still enjoy doing it. So sometimes when I jump onto Andy's live streams, I also moderate his comments just because it's fun, right? Just because it's fun. I love moderating. Right, legends, from a simplicity perspective. Okay, we have broken trend, a major trend here on the 4-hour time frame. Okay, we have consolidated and we broke out, came back for 2 retests. We have not lost the trend just as yet. So purely from a trend line perspective, this actually looks quite bullish. Okay. Another thing you need to pay attention to over here. Okay. I often speak about this, patterns. I used to trade with patterns when I started out. I think that's where every new trader starts, is with patterns. Your little flags, you get your bull flags, you get your pennants, you get your trumpets, okay, you get your head and shoulders, you get your diamond patterns, okay, and all of these patterns are usually, or basically, the patterns that I also started trading with when I first started out trading. Okay, any pattern that goes to the downside and there's price action that came from the upside and it's now forming this downwards pattern has a higher probability of breaking to the upside. Any pattern that is shaped to the upside, okay, like I can actually show you guys an example. Over here. Look at this. When price, okay, let me use this trend. Oops, that was the wrong one, not that one, legends. Don't do what I do, do what I tell you to do, okay? The story of our lives, okay? There was a little bit of a pattern here to the upside, however you want to put it, but let's just put it over there, right? A little bit of an expanding pattern to the upside. And because price started consolidating inside of this pattern that's moving to the upside, it has a higher chance of breaking to the downside, which it did. Claimed the lows, claimed all the liquidity below these lows over here with that little wick. Okay, any pattern that goes to the downside has a higher probability of breaking to the upside. So what is interesting for me over here is when I zoom into the structure, this kind of looks like now, well, okay, we broke out and we have formed this little flag here to the downside. Okay, and it looks like a bullish pennant to the downside, and now we have broken out. So are the bulls back in town? Definitely a possibility, right? Purely from a pattern perspective, the bulls are back in town. We have broken trend. We are still continuing here to the upside. Where's my volume? I switched off my volume for some reason. Let's put the volume back there. Right, and there's okay volume. There's okay volume supporting the move to the upside. What I like to see with, you know, breakouts is nice green volume supporting the breakout to the upside. It's not too convincing just as yet, but perhaps the volume will still start kicking in as we move to higher levels, right? And this is purely just from a simplicity perspective. The bullish signs are there. We have broken out. We have been sloping here to the downside, and now we're breaking this trend over here. Okay. But I am going to cover the bearish case scenario because a good technical trader always looks at both sides of the coin. We want to be bullish, okay, and it's nice to be bullish because the spot bags goes up, the altcoin portfolio starts looking a little bit better, dragging out of the mud, drip drying in the sun. But we always have to look at a bearish case scenario as well. It's not guaranteed that we are just going to mahala here to Mars and we put on our moon boots and, right, it is just, you know, there we go. We trade with good risk management. I am actually in a trade at the moment. I just want to see what is cooking with my trade over here. Doesn't actually look bad. I think I need to start taking some profits. Want to just do this. to this. Right, and I will explain to you guys, because what I like to do is when I take a trade, I like to explain to people why I took the trade, okay? Because this is how we learn. This is a trade that I took on weeks. Most probably an hour ago or 30 minutes ago, roundabout, okay? That's where I entered, currently 33% in profit. Leverage doesn't matter. I've actually made another short video about why leverage doesn't matter. Okay, and maybe I'll touch on it today as well. Why leverage does not matter. Okay, because I see people looking at other people's P&Ls and things, and then they look at the leverage and they, oh, you used so much leverage. How did you do that? You are such a degen. Or why didn't you use more leverage? You only traded on 2x, whatever the case might be. I want to tell everyone today why leverage doesn't matter. Leverage does not matter. It's all about position size. Okay, so legends, for now it looks bullish, and you might be asking, well, why did I enter this trade? It was a sneaky little trade, but I mean the risk management was absolutely fantastic, and I like myself to take a little bit of a trade when the risk management looks amazing, and I was expecting these highs still to be claimed. Okay, wait, legends, I just need to manage my trade. I need to take some profits, okay, because that is what I do. I take profits on the way up. Okay, let's take some profits. There we go. Take some profits, Dewald. Take some profits. We're about to hit those highs, and then I'll close the position. Okay, my position is protected, so I'm just managing my trade over here, and I will now share with everyone, well, Dewald, why on earth did you enter that trade? So let's look at this little structure here to the downside. Okay, it had nothing to do with Elliott wave theory. Nothing. Okay, so you don't be that person that says, well, it's because you know Elliott wave theory and you most probably did a little bit of a zigzag and a WXY and you were speculating on the highs to be claimed. No, it's not why I took the trade. It was way more simple than that. Okay, and for the pro community, I think you will get exactly what I'm about to explain over here. So what I was looking at is this little structure. Let's go on to the 5 minute. Okay, I want to just zoom into this little structure over here. So I took a Fibonacci from the low because I was looking at this impulse. Okay, and this looked corrective. Okay, because that's the high, and then we started falling down here. So all I did is I took a Fibonacci from the low to the high. Ooh, look at that. Beautiful, beautiful. And I was looking at this low pivot over here, and all I did is played a swing failure pattern. Okay, in Confluence with a 0.382. So how I wanted to play this trade was as follows. I wanted liquidity to be swept up below these lows, and I wanted us to tap the fib level properly, which we did. And as soon as we tapped that fib level and we went down and we came back up, Dewald was there like a bear. Okay, so what is my entry on that little what is my entry on that little trade? I just want to show you guys how you can sniper these things. Okay, and I know I did not trade with a limit order. Where did I put that damn screenshot now? It ran away from me. Here we go. I just want to get the entry price, etc. Okay, so my entry price was 104,688. 104,688. 104,688. So let's slap on the long tool. This is the tool that I always use to enter my trade, and it was 104,688. Right over there. Okay. Sorry, I just want to make the font ever so slightly a little bit smaller over here. Okay, let's do it 16 so everyone can see. Okay, right, this is where I entered. Right, slightly, ever so slightly above the 0.382. So what I did is I did not wait for price to recover back above this low. Okay, because I used the 0.382 as an SFP line. And when I saw the wick, I knew where to put my stop loss. And my stop loss was below the low. From a profit taking perspective, I took my first profits when we tapped the high. And I just now, as you saw, I took a little bit more profits here to the upside. And where I plan to close my position is at these highs. Okay, if we get there, right? But I've already taken profits twice. So even if price comes back down, it stops me out. I'm happy with the profits that I already have in the bag. My position is protected, so it is a free position. What I will do is, legends, if price had to fall down here and we start trading below these lows again, I ain't waiting for my stop loss to get hit. Okay, I will close my position. It's done, it's over, I'm out. Okay, I'm happy with the profits that I've made here to the upside. Right. Okay, cool. So sorry guys, just managing my trade over there. And that's why it's difficult to do a live stream and trade, right? You have to manage the trade, you have to explain whatever the case might be. I'm seeing a little bit of a reaction. So going back here onto the 15-minute time frame, I do like when I take a Fibonacci from the high to the low, okay? I really like these highs, okay, together with the 786 for potential rejection. So that is where I plan to take my final TP and just close the position. Then I'm out the trade. I don't care if it goes higher. I really don't care if it goes higher. I have already taken more than 50% of my profits. And even if it goes to $200,000, I'm not the person that sits there and go, okay, well, Dewald, yes, if you just left that position, how much money would you have now? No, it's about winning the trade with good risk management. It's about getting in, getting out, taking your profits, and you look for the next trading opportunity. Okay, because back here onto the 5-minute time frame, I mean, guys, look at the risk management. Okay, so I mean, I just want to see, we can go figure out now exactly where we got the rejection, ever so slight. There's a little bit of resistance, these little pivots over here, that's the resistance point that we hit there at the moment. But I mean, looking at this trade, even if I take this to the highs where I took TP1, okay, that was my TP1. Look at my risk to reward, 9.71 risk to reward. That is the power of swing failure patterns. You are able to have extremely tight stop losses and your risk to reward is phenomenal. Because yes, there was a D line there as well, and I could have waited for the trend line to break. And often what I do is, if I miss the swing failure pattern, I will play the breakout using way less capital. But the risk to reward has to make sense, because if you played the breakout over here, now your entry, this is now what happens. Your entry moves over there, your stop stays where it's supposed to be. Now the risk to reward doesn't make sense. A 0.55 risk to reward is not a trade that I get into. So from a risk to reward perspective, I knew that if I was going to miss the SFP from the lows, I was not going to play the breakout. That's just my trading plan. It's against my rules. Even if price just flies to the upside, it's against my rules from a trading perspective to enter that trade, because the risk reward doesn't make it worth the trade. Okay, remember what I said, we want to enter high probable trades. So that is the trade that I took here to the upside. You can see an absolute type stop loss. My position is now protected. And now I'm just riding the momentum here to the upside. Already took more than 50% of profits. And let's see if we continue higher. Let's see if we continue. I just want to see what CVD is doing. No weakness at the moment. Just nada. No weakness yet. Just as we need a little bit of a range to form. Okay. Before we can spot any weakness. Okay. Actually also got into a trade last night after my live stream. Got into another trade last night after my live stream, after the Fed conference. I will show everyone exactly why and how I got into that trade, because this is what the channel is about educating you so that when you see the price action, you know how to take those trades with good risk management. Right, legends, smash up the like for the education. Appreciate all of your support, and now we're just riding the momentum to the upside. So now going back here onto the 15-minute time frame. I don't really like to stuff around on the smaller time frame, although I traded the 1-minute time frame last night. I just felt super degen yesterday trading the bloody 5-minute time frame. Okay, legends. Right, so obviously looking at this entire structure over here, you can see we also got the consolidation area over here with the 0.618. We claimed the liquidity above this high. I did not enter a short over here. And I told the legends this morning why I don't feel comfortable entering a short, but there was still money to be made. That little move here to the downside is still worth it from a risk to reward perspective. The reason I didn't enter that trade, okay, now I'm going back into the 5-minute time frame, is game of probabilities from a Fibonacci perspective. So when you look at this structure, okay, I did see some of the legends jumped into a short over here with their stops above the high. Okay, definitely a good attempt, because the risk management is amazing, taking profits by the lows. Okay, which it actually on the back test, it fell down, back tested the level, and it fell again. So I mean, this is quite significant profit. Pay yourself, get out, because you're starting to hit support. We short resistance, we take profits by support, not the other way around. Okay, because that's how you stay profitable. The reason I didn't enter the short is because I saw this. Okay. You have a 0.88 tap, which increases the probabilities that even with a move away, you are going to come and claim this high. So I was looking for longs, and this is why I entered the long over here. I was patiently waiting the whole day until an hour ago when I entered this long over here. Just waiting, because I saw the probability over here. You tap the 0.88, you increase the probabilities of coming to claim the highs. Okay, I think there was another one. You take a fib from this high to the low. Again, you tap the 0.88. Okay, you take a fib from this high to this low. Again, you tap the 0.88. So there was many 0.88 taps over here, which gave me the confidence that an SFP from this low is most likely going to come and claim this high, these highs again. Okay, you see, this is why it's important to take profits on the way up. It looks like it wants to fall down. Maybe it's just building a little bit of a consolidation area. Who knows? Okay, so this is why I didn't want to take the short, but I did tell the legends it's definitely worth an attempt, and it's an exceptionally good risk management trade. So as long as you pay yourself on the way down, definitely a good trading setup to take over here. And this is why I took the long. I was waiting for this long based on the probabilities that I saw over here. Yo, Dewald Koens give you a shout out. Junior, yes, I know Koens gave me a shout out. I was there on the live stream just saying hi, and then he went onto my channel. So much love to Koens for giving me a shout out. Much appreciated. BTC dominance almost breakout rising wedge. I can go and have a look at. I know, Vanna, you asked for Bitcoin dominance yesterday. I forgot to get to it. So maybe today we'll have some time to go and look at some dominance. And right. So just wanted to basically cover the education over here. It does look like it wants to find some upwards momentum. Maybe it's building up a little bit of a flaggy situation over here. Maybe it's going to form a nice little trend and break to the upside. Who knows? Okay. Or it's just going to... Okay, stop me out, because yes, although I said my position is protected, I actually have my stop loss over here. Just below the lows, I have my stop loss. Okay, so if price comes down and stops me out, I'm happy with the profits that I've already taken. From a day trading perspective, I can't ask for more. I have a successful trade in the bag. I'm happy. I don't care if price goes higher. I really don't care. I'm going to be looking for a next trading setup. Such a nice education. Thank you so much, man. Amazing stream. Thank you so much. Olivier, hi. Dewald, greetings from Poland. I actually have a work colleague that works together in our team from Poland as well. So I want to go and check out the country very soon. Very soon. I will be there. Okay. Right, legends. So the looking at the structure again on the 15-minute time frame. Okay, let's go back here. The best area of confluence that I see at the moment is, let's switch on some weekly levels. Let's switch on some daily levels. Let's switch on some point of controls. And I know the chart looks very messy now, but that is how I build Confluence. After I've done my analysis, I remove everything from the chart. It's nice and clear. I've got my alarm set, and then I just chillax. Okay, then I just relax. Okay, so The next area that I will potentially consider a short to the downside is the 786, okay, with these little pivots over here. So none of that has changed since my analysis from yesterday. I have a trading plan over here. And depending on how price reacts in this range, I will make a trading decision. If price shows strength, I'm not taking the short, okay? And then I will consider the point of control. I will consider the 0.88 together with these little pivots over here, okay? But then I know if price had to come up here and it taps the 0.88, you increase the probabilities of taking the high. What's most likely going to happen when you tap that 786 or 788 over there is that you're going to fall back to the 0.618, find support, and then you're going to go and take the high. So I can make money from that short. I'm not scared if we tap the 0.88 to take a short to the downside, even though I know the probabilities are high to claim the high, because I can still make money from that move. And it's a significant move, okay? And then potentially you go and claim the high. Right. So, legends, I will zoom into the structure that we spoke about yesterday. This little, where was it? This little monstrosity that happened here yesterday, I will go and discuss this in a moment. Okay, just to do a little bit of a recap, what we discussed yesterday, we've obviously now smashed. I just want to see something here. Let me just clean it up. I hate a dirty chart, legends. Also, something that I've noticed here on the 15-minute time frame is that weekly point of control, when you start closing high time frame candles above a specific level, okay, ain't no shorting for me. This is I did not short this range, even though we had the Confluence, we have the weekly point of control. I think we had a naked point of control over here, and we have the 0.618 a little bit further up. I did not short this because I saw the strength above the weekly point of control. That's why I didn't short. I was more interested in longs here to the upside, and that is where I took the long. Okay, right, legends, and remember, if you'd like to come and trade with me on weeks, okay, because I am having great success here on weeks. It's pinned here in the comments, the link for the weeks exchange where you qualify for that 50% discount in trading fees only using my link. Right, legends, now the other scenario quickly, and I know guys, now it gets interesting. Dewald is now stuffing around on the 1 minute time frame. Okay, what on earth is Dewald doing on the 1 minute time frame? I want to talk about this little structure. Was it this one? Yes. Let's zoom in over here. This is the trade that I took last night after I ended the live stream. This is the trade that I jumped into. Okay. Let me just recap myself, find my bearings again. Just want to check something here. Yes. Look at that. Okay. 1-to-1, 1.05. Love that pivot. So what I saw here on the structure last night after the live stream, legends, is that we built some bullish momentum here to the upside. Whether you want to count this as a 1-2, 1-2, whether you want to count this as a 1-2, 3, and then I was speculating on a 4 and a 5 wave to the upside. And then when we got this dump here to the downside and we tapped the 1-to-1 extension, the 1.05, I knew that this is potentially an ABC forming here to the downside because I was still expecting one more wave to the upside. I was looking for this wave in a 5-wave structure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is where I entered. This is where I took profits. Okay, and you might say, well, yes, Dewald, why did you not take profits over here? It's incredibly difficult to catch the tops. Okay, I'm just happy with the trade that played out because, again, from a risk management perspective, let me show you. Okay, it's all about risk to reward. Where's my little long tool? This is where I entered more or less in this zone. My stop was below the low. I entered here by the 1-to-1 extension. I took profits. Just, I don't know why it becomes so long. Let me just, sorry legends, I need to drag just this thingy down a little bit because it's being very optimistic over here. Okay, let's try again. Try again. Ooh, okay. Right, that is where I entered, stop below the low, and I targeted the highs for profit taking area. And you can see it was 11.17 risk to reward. I mean, when a trader, any trader, the percentage doesn't matter, legends. With enough leverage and good risk management, okay? I mean, that's a 0.1% stop loss. You can go 200x on this position. You won't get liquidated when your stop loss hits on the position that you are playing, okay? It's not about the percentage. It's about the risk to reward, okay? That's why I said, legends, sometimes I don't play breakouts because the risk to reward doesn't make sense. But look at this risk to reward. This is phenomenal. Okay, so this is the trade that I traded yesterday after I ended the live stream. I saw the 1, 2, 3, 4. I was like, okay, I saw bullish CVD. Most importantly, I saw some bullish CVD. And also, I'm sure that we had some FIB alignment there as well. I can't remember all of the analysis that I did yesterday when I took this trade. Yeah, there was no real FIB alignment. I basically took it from the retracement perspective. I saw this. I was like, if it holds this level, I'm in. And if price goes a little bit to the upside, I'm in. Risk management is absolutely fantastic. To get stopped out of a trade like this is nothing. It's peanuts. It's nothing. But making this profit to the upside, that's significant. Okay? And this is why you try, from a trading perspective, you need to see how little you can lose and how much you can make to the upside. It's about losing a little bit because you're going to get stopped out many times. But when you make profits, you make back all the stop losses and you put some nice profits in the bags because, you know, the risk to reward is absolutely amazing. But yeah, kind of in this zone, this is where I closed my position and I went to bed. This was 10:30 last night. I went to bed. Okay, it's 50% retracement from 101.88. Okay, right. Cool, legends. So I just wanted to quickly point that out from an education perspective, show you guys the trades that I'm taking, okay, so that you can learn and do these things by yourself. And I know I did stuff around here on the 1 minute time frame. I don't particularly enjoy trading the 1 minute time frame, but yesterday I was watching the volatility. I wanted to see the structural moves here to the upside. I also wanted to see if we are going to get that successful rejection here to the upside, but I wanted to see a 3-wave structure. And then when I saw the 5-wave structure, I was like, ooh, there's a trading opportunity. Nice. Bullish CVD. Retracement went to the 1-to-1. Okay. Ugh. Risk management looks fantastic. Like I cannot not enter that trade, right? I can't. And you can even see this move here to the upside also had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Beautiful. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I'm sure if you go to the 1 second time frame, you'll also be able to count 5 waves in that little mini structure there to the downside. Everything just screamed 5-wave structure. You could have also played the breakout, but then the risk to reward again doesn't make sense. Okay, but I mean, yes, if you were able to catch the top here from a TP perspective, by all means, knock your socks off. Okay, right. Let's go back here on my favorite time frame. 15 minutes. Okay, let's not stuff around too long on the 1 minute time frame because then we can't see the painting clearly. Okay, so I want to see what is CVD doing. Ooh, let me see. Okay, we took the high. Oh, this could be a 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5. So maybe one more high. Let's see before it falls over. Let's just see. I mean, it is lower time frame, and lower time frame is not really trustworthy. And right, legends, one thing I do want to talk about over here is, okay, let's focus quickly on the bullish case scenario. And smash up, remember to smash up the like, legends. 97 likes. I know we can do better than that. I know we can do a little bit more bullish on that like button. Okay, all you have to do is click, or tap it with your finger if you're watching from your phone. I know we can do better on that like button. Yesterday we got more likes than viewers on the stream. That was absolutely insane. Can we do that again? right? And you guys must also see how that impacts the YouTube algorithm. Usually I get about 1,500, sometimes 1,800 views per stream, okay, after like 24 hours, people that rewatch the stream. And surprisingly, when more people like the video while they're watching the stream, the views goes up to like 2,200, 2,500. And you'll see that last night's live stream got over 2,000 views just because everyone clicked the like button. Okay, so it's your way to support the channel. Right. Hello from Silence Viewer. Hello from Silence Viewer. Who's the silent viewer in here? I got into the exact same trade. Perfect entry from second wave on 50% retracement and wave 3. Perfect. I'm not sure if you guys are talking about the trade that I've just taken, or you're chatting to each other one or to each other here in the chat section. Gillian, welcome to the live stream. No joke, I caught the BTC long 101.420, 101.420, 101.420 right over here. Okay, the flat. Okay, let's talk about that structure. Yesterday we were analyzing this damn structure. Okay, speculating on a finished impulse over here where we said, okay, well, this is too short in time. When you take a time flip from the two pivots, it's too short in time. This looks more like it's a WXY corrective structure. Legends, and there actually was a flat. I was expecting the flat to go higher and reject, but there was a flat inside of this structure that I just want to point out. Because the more price action plays out, I actually forgot, well, I didn't forget, I missed it. I just completely missed it. You basically have formed an ABC, okay, corrective structure back to the upside, and then the Y wave started, okay? Then the Y wave started, and it created a flat. And if you take a fib from the high to the low, the minimum flat requirement is tapping the 0.9 from a Fibonacci perspective. So let me zoom into the structure and show you guys. If you take your Fibonacci from this high to the low that we had over there, you drag it across, okay, and I go put in a 0.9 level. Let's put it in there, 0.9. The minimum requirement for a flat, okay, for a flat is the 0.9, which we did tap. It's hiding there behind the 0.88, but we did tap the 0.9. So for a flat, it is the minimum requirement, which we did meet. Okay, so we went down, we tapped the minimum flat requirement, and then we claimed the lows. So there is your Y. There's the Y. It was just very tiny, and then we started building 5 wave structures here to the upside, and we just broke out and continued to the upside. And that is why I was looking for 5 wave structures, and that is also why I played, okay, this, I think it was this one, this trade here to the upside. Or this trade. This is why I played this little pivot, because I saw the bullish continuation continuing here to the upside. Okay, so just from an education perspective, wanted to quickly point that out. Let's zoom back here onto the 1 hour time frame. Right, legends. Now the question is, Dewald, are we going to continue? Are we going to fall down? And the answer is very simple. We don't know. Okay, we don't know if we're going to continue, whether we're going to fall down. But what we can do is trade with good risk management, have high confluence areas, know where to take profits, know where to put your stop loss. You get in, you get out, you have a successful trade. That is what day trading is about. Okay, so the only level to the upside, like I've mentioned, is the 786 that I will keeping an eye on. That 0.88 a little bit further up. We do have that naked point of control, like in the middle between those two levels. I will also still consider an SFP from the high if we do find the strength to move higher, because this could also be, okay, maybe a completed structure here to the upside. So the one thing that I am keeping in mind is to say that, well, what if this impulsive structure is now finished and it's going to start correcting itself? What if this was a 1 2 1 2 and it starts falling down? Okay, because it looks like it could, you know, it has the potential to form a double 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 3 4 5 1 2 3 4 5. So there's 5 waves in each impulse here to the upside, so it could be forming a 1 2 1 2, And then I have this momentum line that I'll be tracking. We have broken out from the trend. So wouldn't it be interesting? Okay, this is just one scenario that I'm keeping in mind. There's a bearish case scenario as well. Okay, so from a bullish case perspective is, what if this is the end for now? Obviously, if we move higher, then we move higher, and then I'll just wait for the retracement, and I'll consider a short from the levels that we've identified on top. But I can now count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so maybe, and also you have less volume usually in your fifth wave. Okay, so far things looks okay, right? But you could be forming a 1, 2, 1, 2, and then you have an explosive move to the upside. What is nice about double 1-2s, the best double 1-2 combos to get that face melting price action to the upside, okay? The textbook scenario is that you form a 1-2 and a smaller 1-2. Okay, and you can even form more 1-2s, but let's just keep it simple as a double 1-2. And then you have that third explosive move to the upside. And in textbooks, okay, it is preferred that your second 1-2 is smaller than this 1-2. Well, it looks like you now have textbook scenario playing out over here. Big 1-2, smaller 1-2, and then potentially you can get a rampage here to the upside. So legends, we need to discuss bearish case scenarios as well. So please don't take this to the bank and say this is exactly what is going to play out. Okay. And this brings me to this little pivot over here and this little pivot over here where I will be looking for a long opportunity. And you all know how much I love swing failure patterns. Okay, so if the structure successfully rejects from where it is right now, let's say that that is potentially the high for now. If it moves higher, okay, maybe it moves higher, but this is the data that we have available right now. If price starts falling down, okay, and it bounces on this trend, that could potentially be your breakout, your retest for continuation back to the upside in a 1-2, 1-2, and it just rock and rolls to the upside. What I would also then do is, from a minimum perspective, I would take my trend-based FIB, my trusty old trend-based FIB, from the low to the high to the low, okay, and that 1.618 level at $111,000 is definitely a target that I will be eyeing if this turns out to be a 1-2, 1-2, and it starts breaking. Maybe it comes down in a nice corrective structure where you can put a trend and you can play the breakout, because it can tank, and as long as it doesn't break out, it protects yourself so that you don't try and buy the dip and add to your position. Okay, so definitely a target that I will be watching. Together with the 1.618, I will also be watching the 1-to-1 extension, and ironically and surprisingly, this little box here over here, okay, has confluence with the highs. It has confluence with the 786. Okay, this is how I build confluence. This is how I build my trading plan, based on confluence. Like, ooh, oh, this looks nice. I like it. 1-to-1, 1.05, 786, liquidity above the highs. Ooh, I like it. I will be paying attention over here. Set your alarm, pay attention if you're not sleeping. Okay, because, okay, and although I'm discussing this $111,000 area over here, that is most likely when it is a successful 1-2, 1-2, and it continues here to the upside. And if it's a third wave to the upside, it has a high chance of tapping the $111,000 area, and most likely even the $113,000 area. But what you would like to see is a 1-2, 1-2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5. Okay, it has to end the way that it starts. So it could be quite bullish, round about to $114,000, $115,000. So legends, that is the most bullish case scenario that I do see here at the moment. Okay, now we need to talk a little bit more bearish, slightly, ever so slightly more bearish. Is that, okay, well, what if this is a B, C to the upside? So if you do get a rejection above the highs, okay, and this is not a 1, 2, 3, this is an ABC corrective structure here to the upside, and I consider a short in this zone, and it starts building up bearish CVD, this could be a short that takes you down and even come and claim this low. If this is an ABC, it's most likely gonna fall here to the downside. And this is why I will consider a short in this zone. The 1.236 is also a C wave target, but this is where it becomes very, very tricky. Because as soon as you tap the 1.236, you're going to tap the 0.88, which increases the probabilities of taking the high. So I think if it's forming an ABC here to the upside, it either needs to reject where it is right now and fall, because we did tap the 0.786 from this FIP trend-based FIP perspective as well. And I have seen it's not a common target, it is a rare target. You can see exactly where we got rejected at the moment is at the 0.786. So this could be an A, B, C, and it starts, you know, it gets acceptance back below the trend. It breaks this trend here. Okay, that will be the bearish signs is that if you start closing high time frame candles below this trend over here, high chance of going down. Okay. We're actually getting the rejection here by the 786. Not a very common target, but I have seen C waves reject over here. More commonly is this zone. Okay, so ideally, I would like to see the C wave. If we are in a bearish case scenario, I would like to see the C wave reject in this zone. Not tap the 1.236. And if we do tap the 1.236, I'm going to say, ooh, maybe, we go. You do that small little retracement and you rock and roll back to the upside. So never easy in trading, legends, but it's about building the levels of confluences. Okay, new moon lows in and rise until Feb 12 all-time high. New moon lows, it will. Okay, so I'm not sure. I haven't actually checked the moon phases. I'm not sure in which moon phase we are at the moment. So, basically looking at that price action over there, I think I got stopped out of my trade with profits. My man, Dewald, be blessed. Donnie, thank you so much. I'm not sure why my face has disappeared, legends. I see my face has disappeared here on the stream. Let me try and do this. Put myself back. No. I see my face has frozen, legends. I'm not sure why. Okay. Not sure why my face is frozen. Anyways, what I can maybe do is maybe you guys don't need to see me. Maybe you don't need to see me. ABC, you and me. Right, let me just take my face here out the way because that looks very ugly, right? Bro became a ghost. Yes, I'm not sure, legends. I see my camera has completely frozen up. The batteries are charged. I'm not sure what happened there. And for me to go and reboot everything means that I have to cancel or, exit the live stream. So I don't really want to do that. As long as you guys can hear me and you can see the chart, that should be good, right? Okay, so... let's see if the camera does come back over here, but for now it's not playing games. Let me just try something over here. Okay, no, it's not working. I'm not going to try and fool around with it at the moment. My camera just packed up. Okay, or something happened. Maybe it just needs to be rebooted. Okay, cool, legends. Right, let me go through some more comments. Sorry, you can't look me in the eye, but it is what it is. Let's go through some more comments. I need to adjust this because we're on a new scene over here. Price action reverses so often, 30 to 60 minutes after the New York Open. Definitely something to pay attention to, Simon. Yes, I agree. You are Casper now. Yes, I am Casper, but at least you guys can hear me. You can see my chart. My camera has absolutely just frozen up over here. Dewald needs an assistant like everyone else gets. BTC going down. Yes, it is look like it can look like it's going down. Are we going to 104? It is a possibility. I think if we successfully reject from this zone, okay, if we do successfully reject from the zone, where I will be looking for a potential long opportunity is I would like to see us claim this pivot at $103,000, 189. I would like to see us claim this pivot because this pivot also has confluence with a trend, and it also has confluence with, you know, both diagonal trends. You have a diagonal trend, you have a diagonal trend, and you have this little pivot over here. So if price falls to the downside, bam, that is the zone that I'm interested in with good risk management. I don't want to see any high time frame candle closes below this level unless it grabs and it pops back out. Okay, it leaves a wick behind on the larger time frames. Then I'll most likely just play the breakout because the risk reward in this instance could be worth it. Right, legends, other scenarios. Let's talk more bearish. Okay, now you guys are like, oh, okay, crap, right? Does it get any worse than this? Yes, it unfortunately does get worse than this. Most bullish case scenario is we pop and we continue the momentum here to the upside until we hit $114,000, $115,000, which I've just gone through at the moment. Another scenario that I'm watching over here is to say that let's take this all out the way. Take this little line out the way, and okay, I'm going to take a trend from here. Okay, maybe we're going to form a little bit of a contracting scenario, and I'm going to take a trend from, I need this high to be in, but I'm looking at something like this, where you are basically, okay, forming a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, let me just make that, change the settings over here. Just want to make it minor, put on the lines so everyone can see what I'm doing. You're basically ending the structure in a contracting diagonal with 5 waves to the downside, which then lines up with my plan, my trading plan that I have here to the bottom. So let's go through that trading plan again, and I have discussed it yesterday. You all know what I'm talking about, so I just want to extend these boxes ever so slightly. Okay, so if this scenario had to play out, where we're ending the structure, okay, in a, I just want to take that WXY out. Let's take this out. Let's take this out. All right. Okay, you're basically ending this impulse in a corrective contracting diagonal to the downside. The invalidation for this scenario is tapping the 0.88. So if I take a fib from the high to the low over there, this will be my invalidation, the 0.88. If we continue here to the upside and we tap the 0.88, it significantly reduces the probabilities for this scenario here to the downside, because the second wave ideally at a maximum target should reject at the 786. Okay, and if price rejects successfully from where it is right now, well, this is now the bearish case scenario, legends, is that we could be forming a 1, 2, okay, 3, 4, 5. This little third wave can SFP from the low, so I have a trading plan over there. This little fifth wave is going to touch my other support box that I've highlighted yesterday during my stream as well. So if I switch on my, where's those two boxes? If I do this and this, okay, this is now where the planets for me starts aligning, because from a day trading perspective, you guys must remember, we don't care if the price is going up, we don't care if the price is going down. All we need is volatility and a trading plan. Okay, so now we have beautiful confluence over here if the scenario had to play out, because also when I take a fixed range profile fixed range profile for this entire consolidation area that we've been inside, okay, first up is, okay, what if price falls down here? Okay, you can still SFP here from the point of control of the entire range. This is where I have my support box. That to me is a nice little long to the upside. Okay, and then you come back down again and then you tap this box, which I think no one is watching at the moment. But obviously, the more I talk about it, the more people start noticing this level over here. Okay, you also have a high volume node over there. And I think what's also interesting about that level is if I switch on my daily and my weekly levels, we have a daily and a weekly level over here. So it would be quite interesting for this scenario to play out, and you find support here by the daily and the weekly level at this high volume node where we have a consolidation area that can provide support, and then okay, drum roll, then you break out. Okay, because then the corrective structure is now over for the impulse here to the upside. So that's another scenario that I'm keeping in mind, legends. But I mean, it is way too early to call for this structure, and I actually really like to talk about contracting structures like this once the fourth wave is in. So there's still a lot of water that needs to flow under the bridge before we can speculate on this structure. But I just want to point out it is definitely something that could happen. If we had to fall down here and we claim this low, I'm going to say, okay, right? Now the probability starts increasing for the structure. If we successfully SFP here, okay, and maybe we get a rejection here by the daily level, we start forming that little contracting little move over here and we fall back down again. I'm going to be paying attention. Here is where I will be paying attention, because this at $94,500 could be an epic trade where you even take the high and go beyond. Okay, this could be an epic swing trade to the upside where, I mean, these little small trades, okay, all of these trades, successful trades that I've taken in the last week or so was inside of this little structure, small little movements to the up and to the downside. This will be an epic trade. So if you're here on the channel, okay, and this scenario plays out, don't be surprised, because we have spoken about it. There is always the chance, always the chance that you fall down and you claim the lows. Never guaranteed that we're just going to continue here to the upside. Although I have discussed the bullish case scenario, it's just never a guarantee, unfortunately. Right. Can hide that. Close that. Let's clean up the chart ever so slightly over here. So, man, my camera is still broken, legends. My camera can like to be still a little bit broken over here. Nice. Devil, don't scare me. Cutest girl, the resistance is best. Smash up the like button, Mr. Junior. Yes, smash up the like button. Cutest girls, can you look at Beam for me since you screwed me on Ondo yesterday? Did I screw you on Ondo yesterday, cutest girls? Sorry about that. I didn't mean to. We were watching Bitcoin with a Fed press conference and so forth, and I think we chose to do some analysis on ETH. Can you talk about WLD, please? What's the timeline to potentially drop to 94k? Well, it's I just had that structure drawn out to 94k, right? That could happen. Okay, I mean, I don't know how the structures are going to form, unfortunately. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So maybe we're looking at mid-Feb, okay, 6th of Feb, mid-Feb. And I'm literally just drawing it out here, going on a whim, okay? But I don't know how aggressive the waves are going to be. So it can be shorter, it can be longer, okay? So I don't know what timeline to give to you, but let's just call it mid-Feb, okay? Is where this corrective structure could potentially come to an end if we do form that corrective structure. Okay, that's if we do, because we could also just continue here to the upside and invalidate the scenario very easily. We are still trading above the value area high, and this is a bullish sign. We are trading above the value area high of this entire range. That is a bullish sign. And as long as we're trading above the value area high, okay, momentum can definitely continue to the upside. Right. Let's see what is cooking over here. But do you think we might have a higher do you think we might have a higher probability of breaking upwards? I'm 50-50. Okay, I don't know if the probabilities are higher for upwards momentum or if it's, I honestly don't know, legends. So both these scenarios, okay, and the reason I'm 50-50, let me explain why I'm 50-50. If I look at this scenario, okay, that I've just explained, and let me go onto the 4-hour time frame, and I look at this scenario, I did have it here somewhere, okay, this scenario, where we are forming a B, we still reject in this zone, and then we fall down. I'm 50-50 between this bearish scenario or this bullish/bearish scenario. I do think that if this scenario had to play out, this dump is absolutely going to obliterate the altcoins. It's going to kill the altcoins. So if I had to choose, and if you had to put a gun to my head, I would say that if I, from an altcoin perspective and where they are in some of their structures, and if some of them still needs to hold certain structures that I'm looking at, I would say this structure carries higher probability from a bearish case perspective. Okay, because there's also the bullish case perspective where we just continue. The bullish case perspective is, if I go into the 15-minute time frame, just what if this is an insanely bullish structure, like I've explained, 1 2 1 2, and it just explodes in a third wave. Okay, and then you have to zoom out, because I mean you really need to zoom out for this structure. 1 2 1 2 3 4 5 4 5. It can easily go to even $22,000, $24,000. This is the most bullish case scenario, which can definitely still play out. So when I'm discussing the bearish case scenario, don't rule out the bullish case scenario. It's definitely on the cards as well. Okay. But if I have to choose between the two bearish case scenarios that I've just pointed out, I would say the contracting diagonal maybe for me has a higher chance of playing out based on the structures that I'm seeing on our favorite altcoins. Right, 85k altcoins would be free. Exactly, 𝗬𝗄𝗿𝗫. It would be an absolute slaughter. Okay, I agree with Mr. 𝗬𝗄𝗿𝗫 over here, saying that 85k altcoins would be free. They're basically going to give it away for free. Okay, it might never recover again. It's going to be absolutely brutal to have a dump like that, unless dominance. Okay, and someone asked for a little bit of Bitcoin dominance over here. Let's go and have a look at dominance. Where can dominance like to be? Let's go on the daily. Let's see, actually getting a little bit of, we made a double top. We made a double top. You can see the love that's going into the altcoins at the moment. Okay, double top. So if it continues to fall down here and it gets acceptance back below this trend, that's going to be very bullish for some of our favorite altcoins. I mean, you can see even with this small little dump that we formed here to the downside, okay, some of the altcoins are already popping. I was looking at, let me go and open up the 𝗖𝗿𝗆 trade that I took last night together with Bitcoin at 1 o'clock in the morning. Okay, this was the 𝗖𝗿𝗆 trade that I took. Let me show you. Oh, it's actually continuing. I thought when my alarm went off, it came back to trend. Absolute monster. This was the trade I took on 𝗖𝗿𝗆 at 1 o'clock. Okay, no, it was a little bit early. Yeah, 2 o'clock in the morning, I entered 𝗖𝗿𝗆 over here. My alarm went off. I missed this alarm. I was in La La Land dreaming about, I don't know, smoking socks. Okay, and then I woke up with this alarm and I immediately entered with my stop below the low because I knew it had a chance to come and even claim this pivot over here. But I already took profits by the highs. I actually took a significant amount of profits here by the highs already. But I can see, okay, some of the alts are breaking trends. Now it's breaking this trend. Very interesting that 𝗖𝗍 is now breaking this trend. So if I start zooming out, just to show you guys where do I get these trends from. So first off is, I mean, you know, trading is trading at the end of the day. And with good risk management, you can attempt these trades, okay? So the red line is the big trend. The red line here is basically connecting this pivot with this pivot. That's the major trend that needs to be broken. Then I'm tracking this momentum here to the downside. Okay, and now we're breaking out there as well. And then I track that mini momentum over there, and that's where I played the breakout, because I like to play a breakout before I get over here. Because if we do successfully break out from over here, I don't have to run around trying to find entries and am I going to get, I already have an entry further down. So I could potentially be very patient, wait for the breakout, wait for price to consolidate outside of the trend, and then, you know, I would like that pivot to be claimed. Well, first up is that little pivot over there. I would like us to make a higher high. Okay, maybe that retracement is where I will be a little bit more aggressive. And then next target is this high, next target is this high, next target is this high. So I'll just be riding the momentum to the upside. But there's a chance that this could be a reversal on say. But now you need to consider both the bullish case and the bearish case that I've discussed on Bitcoin. Okay, dominance needs to collapse. Dominance needs to go down, because there is a scenario. Okay, the harder dominance crashes here to the downside, and even if Bitcoin, you know, finishes that corrective structure that we've just pointed out over here, this could still be bullish for the altcoins as long as dominance plays ball. If we reject over here, okay, that could still be, you know, where the alts basically stand still if dominance collapses to the downside. Okay, just put this back. Right, but I mean, just looking at dominance over here, it is falling. It has broken out successfully from the trend. So, you know, the bearish case scenario is it comes back for a retest and then it continues. I do like the double top. So there's a chance we have a double top over here. There's a chance that it's going to fall. I don't know. I would actually prefer dominance to come and retest this trend over here. I would actually prefer that. But I mean, we're getting some love back into the alts at the moment. Crypto Big Brains Rune pump and run. Pump the likes, Junior. Yes, pump the likes. Dewald, Rune is likely to close a 4-hour candle above the D line. I haven't actually checked out Rune in a while. Okay, so let's go and do some altcoin requests. Sorry guys, my camera is still not working, so I can't put on my face even if I want to. But I mean, Rune is one of those very interesting ones where myself and Andy bought a little bit of Rune when we got that dump to the downside. Ooh, 15% pump. Rune? Holy crap, 15% pump. Okay, you guys can see the momentum that I was tracking over here. Okay, broke out. That was my mini trend and I was waiting for the breakout. Myself and Andy actually bought. Yeah, this is where myself and Andy bought on our spot bags. No swing trades. Okay, I didn't open up a swing trade over here, but I added more to my spot bag here. And I know Andy also added a little bit of Rune to he bought Rune for the first time over here. This is where Andy bought. This is where I bought. And this is where I told everyone, okay, please don't buy if you're not willing to accept the risk that we could fall down. Okay, because it could still chop here. It could still go down and come back up and go down. And then maybe it breaks the trend. But I do like the zone in where it bounced. When I start counting the structures here from a 1 hour perspective to the downside, from a technical perspective, Rune bounced at a very beautiful place. Okay, and I think I have my stuff over here where myself and Andy did technical analysis together, and what I saw over here is an ABC, 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 and basically ABCs until you complete a Y wave here to the downside, of which none of this is impulsive, it is corrective. And what I do like about the structure here to the downside is that when I measure this wave here to the downside, we tap the 1-to-1 extension to perfection. So there's a chance that this could be the low for Rune. There's a chance. It's currently breaking out, but I mean, this is the trend that it needs to break out from. Okay, that is the main kunane. That is the main trend that it needs to smash. This means now it can just go up and reject again. Okay, it needs to break out from over here. At least needs to come and claim this high at $4. Okay, so yes, Mr. Crypto Big Brains, I see what you see. You're holding it. Dewald. Dewald, when you sell your chain link, can you make a video? Okay. Yes, I'm still holding my chain link, by the way. So I will, well, what I will do is I will let everyone know if when I start taking profits on my altcoin portfolio, I will definitely let people know that I'm starting to take profits. Okay, I'm still holding on. Yes, long term. I do have a long-term spot bag, like 20, 30 years spot bag, and then I have a cycle spot bag. So some of the altcoins I will cash out during this cycle, and then my long-term bag, which is mainly Bitcoin, Ethereum. I think I've got Link in there. I've got Solana. I've got Render. I've got. I need to go and check what I've got in there, but I've got some good quality layer ones in there only. That's all I have there. Okay. And that I will definitely hold for a much longer time. Is there CVD for alts? No, I don't have CVD for alts. The only CVD that I do have is for Solana and Ethereum, but I don't find it as trustworthy or as accurate as the CVD on Bitcoin. The CVD works better on mature markets. Thanks. Dewald, where is your face? I don't know. I don't know where my face is. My camera stopped working. So for those of you joining the live stream now, my camera stopped working for some reason. So I do apologize about that. I want to show my face. Okay. This is what happens when I show my face. It's just a ghost. My camera froze up completely. What I can maybe do is, legends, just give me a second. Let me do this.
Big move in Bitcoin then, in contrast to all the notes I wrote pre-show, which were telling me that this was going to put Bitcoin under pressure.
The narrative that perhaps this launch of these political meme coins will sap flows from Bitcoin is showing us that it's really not the case this morning. If anything, it's just accelerated the momentum and the excitement around cryptocurrency under another tough
Hello. Hi, 𝗖𝗿𝘆𝗽𝗍. What is all this FOMO about? Should I buy Bitcoin now?
Are you smoking your socks? You should rather watch my show.
Right, legends. The camera is working again. Now you can see my face. There we go. All I had to do is just quickly reboot my camera. And now it's back online. Okay. Right. Just want to set up some. There we go. Now you guys can see my face again. Right now it feels better. I can see myself. I can't see you. I can see the comments. Okay, it worked. Yes, Dewald feed. Noise controllers. When is the video coming out? Right, legends. So yeah, I mean, this is basically the technical analysis here on Rune. And remember, you know, most of the altcoins, Rune, the ones that say, can all be traded on weeks. First link down in the description. Let's go to live stream. I really like today's thumbnail for some reason. Really cool thumbnail. I like it. Okay, I don't care about anyone else. I like the thumbnail. Right, I've got weeks here down in the description. Up to $20,000 sign-up bonus. The more you trade, the more money gets airdropped into your account. You get 50% off your trading fees. And all you need is an email and a password. You start trading in minutes. Also have Bluffin over here, and you also get money airdropped into your account as you trade. All you need is an email and a password. These are the two exchanges that I use to do my daily trading. Okay. Right, legends, let's do I wanted to see if I do have favorites. I don't have any favorite coins marked out over here. Let's go back here to the bottom. Hitting like is faster than reading the sentences. Smash it. Yes, Mr. Junior, appreciate the support over here. The song was so good it fixed your camera. Yes, it fixed the camera. Beam. Cutest girls, let me do beam for you. Okay, let me do beam. You want beam? You want to be beamed up, Scotty? Let's go. Beam, USDT. Let's do it. Let's look at beam for cutest girls over here. The most bearish person on the live stream. And I'm saying that as a joke, right? No hard feelings, Mr. Cute girls. No hard feelings. Okay, well, from a 𝗖𝗆𝗆𝐺icity perspective, what I like about Mr. Beam over here is, ooh, look at where this thing just fell to the floor. Okay. Anyways, what I do like is it has come back home. Okay, there's your home line. It has come back home. And there's a saying in trading that says, home buys are the best buys. But it's usually the place where no one wants to buy. It's usually where smart money buys and retail don't want to buy. So when I look at this simple home line and the momentum still continuing to the upside, you are still forming higher lows, it has a chance to continue momentum. This is usually the best place to buy because your risk management is absolutely insane. Okay, I mean, that is still, if you're going to trade leverage over here, that is still a 37% drop to the downside. So, or, you know, but I mean, imagine buying over here, okay? You have to imagine buying that little low, and it just falls to the downside. Okay, then, you know, it's not fun anymore to hold these tokens. But I mean, it is in a good zone, but I will be patient with this one. So let's go on to the 8-hour time frame. Ooh, 1 2 1 2 1 2 3 4 5 4 5 4 5. Yeah, it looks like it's a nice bullish structure here to the upside. I want to go and check out volume. Yes, you have more green volume here to the upside. You have more green volume and you have less volume. So you have more volume supporting the momentum to the upside, and you have less volume with the fall to the downside. So it looks like, you know, it could. There's a chance that this structure does not take the low over here. Just want to take this out the way. What I also want to have a look at is the FIB retracement from the high, low to the high. Okay, almost tapped to 0.88, but not just as yet. I actually want to take that 0.9 out. It's just confusing me. Let's do that. Okay, that looks way better right now. Now, this is what I want to see. Okay, that's the major trend that needs to be broken here on Beam. And then also what I want to look at is from a logarithmic perspective. I mean, it still looks super bullish from a logarithmic perspective. Look how insanely bullish this still looks. You are not even at the 786 just as yet. Okay, so it still has a lot of breathing room over here. If it chops and it comes back down and it chops and then maybe it breaks the, you know, the trend back to the upside. So from a log scale, it's not over until it's over. The structure still has momentum and a possibility for continuation to the upside. From a safer perspective, I think that's the best word I can use, is that I would like Beam, okay, to go sideways. It needs to start going sideways, because when price starts going sideways, it's usually a sign of strength, okay, when price goes sideways. So I would like it to go sideways and break the trend and start trading outside of the trend. And then that to me is a better confirmation buy. Knowing that you've broken the trend, you're trading outside, you're potentially shifting momentum. Okay. And right, that is the high, unfortunately, that needs to be claimed over there. Okay. So ideally, you want to see that and buy the retracement. You want to see a higher high, but that's very far away. I will definitely consider a position over here with a tight stop loss below the lows. If we break out from here, then I don't have to have a stop loss over here. Because remember, guys, if you play the breakout, you can have a tighter stop loss. You don't have to have a stop loss over here. And cutest girls, that's basically what I see here on Beam. For now, it still has a chance. Bitcoin obviously needs to play ball. Okay, the structure looks like this is impulsive, this is corrective. Oh, the other thing I wanted to quickly have a look at is time. Okay, let's see how long. Oh, it's almost there. Not just as yet. It is a little bit concerning, but it's not an invalidation. Okay, that this low was made before the 382. So it would be nice for price to chop, and it makes one more low. in the zone where it's supposed to make the low. Okay, it's not an invalidation, it's just a game of probabilities. Ideally, you want the corrective structure to finish after the 0.382. So I don't like that the low was made before, but it's not an invalidation because it could definitely do that. Definitely, time is never invalidation, it's just a game of probabilities. Okay, but I would be patient. I would, and also based on time, what I see over here is I would rather be patient and wait for the break of the trend, because then you are in the zone. Okay, it's only closed one candle inside of the 0.382 level over here. So it's a little bit early. It's a little bit early for me. Okay, right. Please check. Gold Star, hey, welcome to the live stream. Who else? Remember to smash up the like button, legends. 182 likes. Wow. Are we going to beat the like buttons again compared to the people that's watching the stream? We have 209 people watching. We have 182 likes. Can we break the record 2 days in a row? That would be definitely history. It's never happened before. To get the same amount of likes as the people watching the stream at the moment would be an absolute record if we can do it 2 days in a row, because it happened yesterday. Can we do it today? Can we do it today, legends? Only you, the power is in your hands. Do you still have a like left to give? If you have a like left to give it. Just click the button. Could you please have a look at vet? Yes, Crow, I second that. Okay. Oh, right. I'm just going to go off from Crypto Big Brains, the mod in the house. What he usually does is he goes through all the altcoin requests and he takes the themes, the ones that pops out the most, and I go and analyze that. So I make more people happy rather than looking at one token that only one person wants to have a look at. So let's go do Mr. Crypto Big Brains, ETH. Okay, I've done ETH yesterday, so my analysis on ETH has not changed since yesterday, so go check out yesterday's live stream. I did do ETH. Let's do render. Is it render? I know they changed the ticker symbol. Almost forgot about that. There we go. Ooh, double-digit green digits here on altcoins. I haven't seen that in a very long time. I have not seen double green digits on some of our favorite altcoins in a very long time. It's just been bleeding. I haven't done analysis on this token in a while. Okay, it's lost. Take that out. Let me make sure I'm on the right scale. That is just too steep. Okay, we have broken trend. Can acknowledge that we've broken trend. The one that I'm more interested in is this one. Okay, I mean, I have to say that this looks very wedgy. This looks very wedgy to the downside, and this is a bullish pattern. Okay, you're forming that pennant to the downside after an impulse. You're forming this pennant to the downside, and at any moment it could pop. Okay, so render looks like it could pop at any moment. It actually looks really good. I'm not going to go and try and count all the structures from an Elliott wave perspective, but I mean, whoa, what an insane pump here from render. I do have a spot bag of render, one of my favorite tokens. Insane pump here to the upside, and I want to just look at something from a timing perspective. Yeah, I mean, it's one of those tokens, right, that did not respect the 0.382. Okay, look at where the low was. Oops, what happened? My chart just, oh, here we go. It's one of those tokens that did not respect the 0.382. It made the low over here. Okay, so maybe, just maybe, what if this is an A, B, C? It takes the liquidity. I have to play out the, sorry guys, I have to play out the bearish case scenario as well. In a bearish case scenario, what I would see on Rune, so let's say Bitcoin takes a dump here to the downside, looking at this entire structure on the daily time frame, this is a very, very juicy level. That little pivot is a very juicy level, because what if this is part of the corrective structure? What if this is an A, B, C, and then it continues to the upside? I will consider a swing failure from this low. Okay, looking at this structure, if this structure is going to turn out to be bullish and this was the end of this impulse, okay, which is strange, it didn't finish after the 0.382, but let's give it the benefit of the doubt, then, you know, keep it simple. You wait for the break of the trend. So if you go here onto the 8-hour time frame, you wait for the break of this trend. Okay, there's your trend, your wedge scenario. So this could be the impulse, this could be the impulse. This is the corrective structure, and once it pops, you can enter with good risk management. Okay, but there is the chance that it can come and claim this low. That's why I have to highlight both scenarios, legends. What if it does that? Okay, and this is why you have your trend. Play it safe. That's what happened to Rune. It didn't break trend and it just fell down. That's what happened to Rune. Right, so that's what I see on render. What else, legends? Crow. Let's have a look at Crow. And render can be traded on weeks as well, for those of you that don't know. If I'm not mistaken, Crow is actually very bullish the last time I looked at it. Wow, what a pump. I have not done technical analysis on Crow in a while, but I mean, just breakout, claim the high, breakout, claim the high, breakout. Okay, this trend just needs to be ever so slightly adjusted, but you guys get the point. Breakout, you claim the high. It's very aggressive with the breakouts. Look how long the corrective structures are, and look how quick the breakouts are. It's like almost like when it breaks out, it fucks off. It's like a Formula 1 car. It gets pushed into the starting point, and then the engine kicks in and goes whoop. Okay, so from a simplicity perspective, you wait for the break of the trend. That's what I can say here on Crow. You wait for the break of the trend. I do not like the fact that this is so steep, and look how nice these trend lines are. Very, very nice. 45 degree, 40 degree trend line. This is very steep, because what I've also noticed here is, let me take the scribble here out the way just to show you guys something. I like the round formation on the corrective structure. So if I look at this corrective structure, okay, if you had to reverse the price action, there was your trend. But then, it falls down aggressively and then it starts rounding off. Okay, and I don't know if it's done enough rounding off just as yet. It looks like it maybe still needs to do that. Okay, round off, and then you'll have a better trend as well. I don't know, legends. It's not an easy one to track from a trend line perspective, but by all means, okay, it's like it broke out, like where do you put your trend? It's not an easy one from a trend line perspective. These structures were way easier from a trend line perspective, and now this is an absolute mess. Okay, let's go on to the daily. Just making these waves to the upside. Okay, just want to see what does it look like on the log scale. Let's take this out the way. Okay, so I mean, just from a simplicity perspective, is that you have very strong support over here. Very strong support. You can see resistance, you broke through, support, and then you bounced. Okay, so what if it comes back down and then it breaks out again? Okay, it's just guys, it's not an easy token to analyze. This structure is very pumpy, and it looks like it's, you know, in the corrective structure, it's very pumpy price action. It's long corrective structures, aggressive pumps, long corrective structures. So yeah, it's not much I can say over here, legends. Not much. Right. Dewald, I hope you count the structures on Crow. Lol. I'm so confused as to me. It looks like a 1-2-1-2. I'm just a beginner though, mind. Yeah. 1-2-1-2. Do I actually have any stuff that I've prepared over here? Not much. Okay. Yeah. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, you know, and this is now where I need to spend more time. I need to go and count the structures. I need to measure it out from an Elliott wave perspective. I need to do trend-based fibs, and I don't want to spend too much. But let's say this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, this has been a corrective structure, which basically corrected this impulse. Now you're starting with a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it can do that. It has the capacity to turn around over here, where it forms 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hope that makes sense. So you have a 1. Okay, let me draw this out. And I don't know if it's correct because I haven't completely measured out the levels yet, but what if it's this? This is what I'm looking at. Okay. And then if the scenario is going to play out, because now you need 5 waves inside of your third wave. You need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Make that a different color. And we call that the micro. Okay, so now you need 5 waves inside of your third wave, where you now have 1, 2, 3, 4, and you're forming a 5th wave here to the upside. Then what you want to do is take a fib from the low of 2 to the high of 3, and you should not tap the 0.618 because then you invalidate a 4th wave. So then, okay, actually, look how nice. When I put this on the daily time frame and I use the lock scale, then there's a nice trend. Then there's a very nice trend forming over there. So that is the better trend. Okay, look at this beauty. That is a beauty of a trend. Beautiful angle over there, okay? Because if this is a 4th wave over here, right, you want the 50% to hold. So if it's going to break out over here, it could definitely go and complete that 5th wave inside of the 3rd wave. But then you could be expecting another correction back to the downside in a 4. And then it goes back up to complete the 5, and then it's done. Bear market starts. Okay, so yes, I've spent a little bit more time than I wanted to here on Crow, but since you've asked Mr. Gold Star, I just, you know, this is the most logical conservative route that I see over here, rather than speculating on a double 1-2. I know that a double 1-2 is a possibility. 1-2 1-2 is definitely a possibility, but I will only consider a double 1-2 once you claim the 0.618. For now, it still has a chance to go and make a 5th wave because it's found support at the 50% fib level. If Crow falls down further and it taps the 0.618, then it could potentially be forming a double 1-2, which is actually more bullish because then that is going to be explosive here to the upside. So yes, the possibility of a double 1-2 is there, but it has not claimed the 0.618 just as yet, which means that it could be forming a 5th wave. So just to clarify all of that. I've already done an analysis on Rune. Okay, right, legends, I have unfortunately run out of time. I see people are jumping off the live stream. So I'm going to call it a day. Thank you so much for liking the... 209 likes. You guys are amazing. You guys are absolutely amazing, but I see a lot of people have dropped off. And legends, thank you so much for your support. Thank you so much for sharing your likes with me. I appreciate that. And remember, week's 50% discount to go and trade your favorite altcoins, including Bitcoin and Ethereum. And good morning, good afternoon, and good night from wherever you are from around the world. And until the next one, cheers for now.